Many thanks for choosing us. Parliament's Finance Committee has approved the controversial 1.75 E-Levy by a majority decision. The approval at the committee level was subjected to a vote. 12 minority members voted against the E-Levy, whilst 12 majority members also voted for the approval of the E-Levy. The chairman of the Finance Committee, Kweku Kwating, broke the tie by voting for the E-Levy to give the majority 13 votes. Addressing the media, ranking member on the committee, Dr. Kesela Toforson, said although the minority have lost at the committee level, they will take the fight against the E-Levy at the plenary level.
We in the NDC, led by myself, invoke our standing orders, Order 211, that calls for a division. So we subjected the decision to a vote. At that point, the NDC 12 members on the committee voted against it, and the MPP 12 members of the committee, without the chairman, voted in favor of the motion that they should carry it on a certificate of urgency. You agree with me that if you look at Order 2115, the chairman of the committee does not have an initial vote, or an original vote, but he only has a casting vote. The chairman decided to exercise his right under the casting vote and voted in favor for us to consider the E-Levy and the certificate of urgency. Without understanding the need for us to listen carefully to the people that have issued press releases and others that have submitted memorandum to Parliament. We are sad. We are sad not only because we lost, but we felt that the MPP does not believe in democracy, and if they are determined to do something, they want to push it regardless of the cost. We then decided to sit in and not to boycott the processes. We do not believe that we should boycott it, and we should sit in and, where possible, as much as we can, we get the bill improved or deleted completely. To start with, we propose that we delete the clause 1 of the bill that imposed the tax at 1.75%. We have said that we do not believe that mobile money transactions should be taxed. Our posture is that don't tax Momo. Don't tax Momo. And we've signaled it that we do not believe that mobile money services should be taxed. We believe that mobile money service is only a medium of exchange. And of course, it's a choice. This insensitive NPP government is telling us that they are going to subject that to another tax of 1.75%. We cannot accept that. This is the first time I'm seeing a tax of this kind. In fact, I have followed tax policy globally for a very long time. I have not seen a tax policy of this kind before, and do not believe that this should be allowed to stand. I want to say that we in the minority will not stop there. We will take the fight to the plenary. We will fight for the ordinary Ghanaian, and we will ensure that E-Levy will die today. They can defeat us at the committee, but I strongly believe that when we come to the floor, all the 137 NDC MPs will stand firm with the ordinary Ghanaian in ensuring that E-Levy does not see the light of the day.
Let's get to Parliament and speak with correspondent Pakwesi Paka Wilson. Paka, what's the latest in Parliament? Has a report been submitted to plenary for debate?
I shall not yet. It's still at the printing stage. As I speak to you, the House has suspended for about 30 minutes, and so making or giving way for the report to be printed so that members can have a copy of the report, and subsequently it will be subjected to a vote.
Now, we are hearing that the minority seek to challenge the E-Levy when it is brought to plenary. I mean, how do they intend to do this? Because you said earlier that it's being a game of numbers, 13 against 12. Now, in the chamber, there will be 137, 138. So how do they intend to do that?
Well, some of them are hoping that when there is a
Parker Wilson is our man in Parliament, and he's explaining to us how the minority intend to fight this. The minority has lost the fight at the committee level, but they intend to fight at the plenary. Parker, if you're back, let's hear you.
Yeah, so Aisha, I was making the point to you that the NDC is of the view that they hope that when the levy is brought before the House and there's a full debate, how they advance their argument would influence the decision of some of the NPP MPs to support their cause. So by extension, they want to cut the support of some of the NPP MPs so that they can reject the E-Levy. On the other side, they also say, or on the other hand, they say that they would advance their argument for Ghanaians to know that indeed they are against the E-Levy. They will make sure that they are 137 in the chamber and 137 NDC MPs will vote against it. In the event that they are defeated in the process, at least Ghanaians will know that they voted against it and that it is just the NPP who is insisting on imposing further hardship on them. And that one, the decision would be left to the ordinary Ghanaian to make going forward and to know the kind of government they are living with. So that is the only hope that the NDC is counting on. But apart from that, if you look at the numbers, if the NPP has all their numbers in the chamber, what it means is that the Momo tax will be carried through and is going to take effect from next year.
Parker, is it likely to happen today?
As for today, it will happen. It will happen. But the question is, what time? So we're made to understand that the bill was going to be put before the House. The Finance Committee's report was going to be put before the House around 5 p.m. Now it's 7 p.m. actually, and so we've been told that they are still printing it. Some have told me that probably around 8 p.m. it would be before the House. So up until then, we will not know when the bill will actually be brought before the House. But we know what is certain is that the bill obviously will be put before the plenary for consideration, and that is where the debate will begin.
Parker Wilson is our man in Parliament. We'll still be bringing you updates as to when we get it. But let's show you why the outcome of this E-Levy debate is quite crucial, especially to your pocket. And let's go on to this. The telecommunication companies and mobile money operators have agreed to reduce the charges on peer-to-peer transaction by 25% amid the possible introduction of the E-Levy. Now, this is how it's going to affect you. If your transaction amount is 50 cedis, then the current charge should be 50 pesos. But then after the 25% reduction, you are now going to be charged 38 Ghana pesos. If your transaction amount is 100 cedis, usually you should have paid one CD, but now with the reduction, you have 75 Ghana pesos. Now, 200 cedis transaction amount is supposed to ordinarily charge you 2 cedis, but for the reduction, you have to pay 1.5, one CD 5 pesos. If it's 300 cedis that you're transacting, you were supposed to pay 3 cedis. But for the reduction, you're now paying 2 CD 25 pesos. Now, if your transaction amount is 400 cedis, you're ordinarily going to pay 4 cedis as charge. But when the reduction takes effect, then you are now going to pay 3 cedis. Now, if it's 500 cedis, then you are supposed to pay 5 cedis. But if the reduction takes effect, you will now be paying 3 cedis 80 pesos. So this E-Levy, when agreed on, will make a lot of difference in your pockets. Now, mobile money vendors are kicking against the proposed taxation of electronic transactions. Some vendors say the proposal will have adverse effects on their business. A statement from the Momo Association indicates that the association will be staging a protest to get the government to rescind its decision. Some of the vendors who have been speaking to us say they will join the protest.
me because even without the levy, the 1.75 levy, my customers are complaining, and they were like, if they implement the 1.75 this thing, they will deduct their money from mobile money. I think they will withdraw their money from mobile money. They will not transact anymore, and I think it will bring my business down. So I'm not in support of that.
175, you know, the 1.75, you know, the about affecting a business. A business, no alcohol from crowd, because if somebody wants to send money to his family members, I don't think the person will come to us for the transaction, because if the person goes and withdraw their money, because of the charges, the charge is bigger than the order they say, you know. They don't come here and send the money. So it will affect us. So on this coming demonstration, we all be available there and do a gargantuan demonstration.
E-Levy in say either say government implement here, a bit my hard drink akra. And men can say be hard drink akra, be hard drink kasa. In the case of say union move school. Be sending 200 cedis. 200 cedis sending my union okaku yino. Obebo ka we fan say 4 cedis. Ono so abeko against no. Nti bebre na so be dey ebeja mobile money transaction here. Because say E-Levy ni ba ebema mobile money adwuma na dey aba form. And bebre na so be try say bank transaction than mobile money, because of percentage net that's on high. Because all be sending 100 cedis. Now be to charge of 4 cedis. Obi be professor the bank bank direct. No akwa imo. Since over be mobile money. Na the confusion aba. And I meet maka. By the best government they say bia. Should case say bia. Obi ye flow and say either so be reduce no to a limit into bit me afford the ya. Aye nyina be stable am ye there bit my transaction there. Be good am. And I meet maka.
Say kamuti at the number 0.25%. Namo the tone back that. Namo somati tone so. Kabebo bet 1.75 there. Ebi wompao. Because this year I'm saying Yajimano kwa ambesa say Yajimano no. Yajimano ambesa say because our man for say a year we best no. On be music in our to bank. 1.5 mobile money be. Yes so. Any Jima we are na ye. Into mama boy and yes sir. Any baby I will call. They are more no.